Kia ora and welcome to my new channel. This channel is called PlumTree Cottage, New Zealand. So this is just a little intro video for anybody interested in perhaps subscribing. Quite a few of you know me already. My name's Carla. I'm coming to you from the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand. Today is May the 27th, I believe. So in New Zealand, that is late autumn. I'm sitting in my chicken enclosure. And yeah, so this little announcement is going to serve as an announcement for people who already follow me or subscribe to me with my knitting and crafting channel, that I have started this new channel to document and share in my gardening and home adventures. The reason why I decided to do this is a few different reasons. I've done Vlogtober, Vlogmas and March vlogs, and some feedback that I've got is that people are always really interested in my gardening that I show on my vlogs. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm sitting on the ground. So I thought, well, actually, then I saw a couple of different people. Michelle from A Simple Life, she's done it, and there was another lady who've started separate channels to document the gardens. And the second lady had said, and that's Kate from The Last Homely House, that is something to do with the YouTube algorithm. If you put too many videos in of too many different flavors, I'm not really making much sense already, it upsets it and then you don't get as many views. So I thought, why not keep it separate? Some people might be not into gardening, and alternately some people who like gardening might not be into my knitting and my crochet and my sewing and cross stitch or whatever else I'm doing. So let's keep it separate. So this is an intro video to this channel, and it's also letting people who already follow me know that there is something new happening over here. For those who don't know me, I am a 46-year-old mother of 3 adult children and step-nana to twin girls. I am a high school librarian, and yeah, I live here semi-rurally outside of Gisborne, or Turanganui Akiwa, in Aotearoa. I live here with my partner, Evan, who you will meet, and we used to have a cat, but our cat has since passed on. Currently don't have a dog either, but I've just got 4 new chickens. I've never owned chickens. I've never had chickens in my family. And a week ago, I picked up 4 pullets, and they are just gorgeous. They're over in the corner there, and they're making a dust bath. I need to get some sand. So you'll see lots of chickeny adventures, and yeah. So gardening wise, I'll just give you a bit of my history. As a child, my mother was always a great gardener. Both my nanas were gardeners, and I don't know about Dad's dad, but my mum's dad was a gardener as well. My mum always had beautiful gardens, beautiful cottage gardens, and she always had house plants and things like that. So I've had house plants since I was a teenager. So yeah, I love nature and I love being outside. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the birds. And I say a lot. I'm not going to cut it out. So the birds, what are they doing? I'm so sorry, but they are so distracting. Where has number... Oh, there she is. It's all good. I thought they were trying to dig a tunnel under their fence. So I remember as a kid, Mum used to get us to weed the garden, and I hated it. I hated it so much. I hated the dirt on my hands. I've always been really sensitive to things like that. And, you know, when dirt dries up and makes your hands like chalk. So it wasn't until I'd had my first daughter, and she's 20, she'll be 26 this year. And I was looking after my parents' house for them while Dad was working overseas. So I was looking after Mum's gardens, and I was really getting into it and really enjoying it. And then from that time onwards, every house I've had gardens. The place that we're in now, I've lived here for 7 years, and yeah, my partner and I have been together for 8 years. He'd purchased this house 2 years before we met, and then about a year and a bit after we started seeing each other, I moved in with him. So for 7 years, for quite a long time, this property was my home, but not my house, because I always felt like, you know, it's his property, and I'd never want to just move in and take over. But I feel like we've kind of got to that point in our lives where we've shared a lot, and I think he's stuck with me forever. That I'm getting to that point where I'm wanting to be a bit more adventurous. So rather than just maintaining the gardens that were here when Eva moved in, creating my own and doing stuff. Same with the chickens. I've always wanted chickens. So I've got great plans, and we kind of ummed and ahed about whether we would stay here or whether we'd buy somewhere else. And now that we've made that decision that we're going to invest time and money to make this property our dream property, I feel like I can do that. So you are going to come along and you're going to watch me create new gardens, maintain the ones I have. We've got a few major projects that are going to be happening around the place. And you can also follow me as I learn how to be a chicken mama. Now, our girls, we've got 4 of them. They've got names, but they haven't been assigned their names yet. I picked the names before I got them. We've started off because I knew I wanted to name one Twiggy, because Twiggy was my mum's nickname when she was alive, because my mum was tiny, and when she was a young woman or teenager, her brothers, she comes from a big family, they nicknamed her Twiggy after the supermodel. And then, look, girls, there's a grub. And then I was talking to a friend about it, because I'd said to Evan and Jess they could pick a name, but they kept coming up with stupid names like Eggs Benedict, and Evan wanted to call one Bricklayer. But look, we have to be serious. They have to have girls' names because they're girls. And so I'm going to show you them shortly. They look so funny around the corner there. So my friend said, what about the glamour girls of the 60s and 70s? So she came up with, so she said, what about, so you've got Twiggy, and then what about Audrey and Lola? Yes, they sound like good chicken names. We need one more. So I talked to another friend, and she said, what about Judy Garland? So we've got Twiggy, Judy, Lola, and Audrey. Now, one of the chooks is slightly bigger than the others, and she's quite bolshy. And I feel like she's a Lola. And then one of them is quite a lot smaller than the other, or not a lot, but she's the smallest, and she's got some paler feathers. I think that she's going to be Twiggy. So watch the space. They're making dust baths. They're so cute. I need to get them some sand though. Oh, they're so gorgeous. So I've made a big square in the corner of the yard here, and I've fenced them in the best I can. I need to fortify some areas a bit more. Neighbour's little black cat keeps coming to terrorise them, and I'm just about ready to wring her bloody neck. So yes, so what I'm going to do with these videos is I plan to do one a month, and it will be going over everything I've done in the previous month. So very soon you're going to see one called The Garden in May or something like that, and then so on and so forth. And I think it's really good for me motivation wise, because sometimes I do suffer with lack of motivation. So my mood, particularly in the winter, so we're coming into winter, and I always find that vlogging and creating content sort of seems to give me a little bit more of a boost, and there's somebody cheering you on and wanting to see what's happening. Now we do have a semi-main road that way, so you can every now and then, it's not a main road, but it is one that's like a secondary road that goes into the hills. And we also live next door to a power substation, so it's just over the paddock there, and you'll hear the humming in the background. I don't notice it because I've lived here so long. But anyway, I think that's enough nattering. So if you're watching this from my knitting channel, because I'll post it on both channels, I'll leave a link down below to the new channel. So if you're interested, come watch. It's going to be so exciting and riveting. And yeah, I'm going to take you over now, and you're going to see these chickens. They are so funny. Right, catch you later. Can you see them through there? It's so funny, man. Honestly, I could just bring my armchair out here and just knit and crochet with them. Look, they've made their little burrow. Look. They are so funny. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Can you tell I just really love them? Their little house. Oh, that's just a tarp that I use. I've been chucking it over the nesting box because we've had a few frosts. I'm going to try, I think I've got some old wool. I might try and insulate it. Look at them. Oh, they're just gorgeous. And that pot there is where I discovered most of that fence behind the trees has got chicken wire already there along the lower section, but that's got one little gap, and that's where that cat was coming in. Oh, that's actually perfect under there because it stays reasonably dry from the wind. So they can get a little bit of a dusty bath happening. Oh, you girls. You are a laugh and a half. All the dirt in them. It looks quite nice. I'm almost tempted to get down there with them. Oh. Oh. Hi, girlies. Oh, you don't really need to be watching them. Right, I'll quickly show you around the yard and what kind of expect if you're new here. Right, let's go. Ow! I just knocked myself. Right, my fancy fence I built. Okay, so it's a bit of a mess at the moment because there's a lot of stuff happening. That branch fell down. And if we pan around here, just beyond the trees there is that substation I was talking about. So all this stuff has got to be sorted. This was a picnic table that rotted, so I dismantled it in the summer. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I was thinking about making a planter with the wood, but I don't know, it might not happen. Then we had to cut some of the tree down around the corner here because after the big cyclone we had in February, we had to install a water tank because our connection to the main town supply was cut. So we had to do some tree surgery. So I need to get a mulcher or something there to mulch that. Ooh, jumper. Over here that used to be one big veggie garden, and then last year Evan bought me the raised bed kits for Valentine's Day. I was going to buy them anyway, but he thought he'd buy them for me as a surprise. It's that all there, bit of a mess. Garden shed, I built that last year, or I bought that last year, Evan built it. It's another plum tree. And then where the chicken coop is, it's another plum tree under there. All that stuff there's got to be sorted out. There's a lot, we need a skip. So where this deck is, it's going to be 2/3 from this end, no, going towards the house, from the house towards me. Oh, so confusing. We're going to have an arch gola. So when that's done, we'll have more of an extended sort of outdoor living space. Started that garden this summer. Yeah, so that's the backyard anyway. That's the clothesline that we had to sacrifice for the water tank. So I've yet to get a replacement clothesline. And that's what we look like. That's the west. Sun setting in the west. Oh, those chicks, honestly, they're just gorgeous. My daughter lives in that room in there. Right. So yeah, if you think you might be interested in some of my gardening adventures, please click subscribe. Or you can just wait and see, even if you just click subscribe and then just wait to see what the proper video is going to look like, and then if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. There's no skin off my nose. But yeah, I'll get this up as soon as I can, maybe tomorrow, and I will catch you at the end of May, which is only a few days away. Hey girls, come on. Yeah, it's that naughty black cat, eh? It's gone.